everybody, super pumped for today's video. I got some new drugstore makeup. It's definitely the season for new drugstore releases, and I found myself on Walmart's website kind of uncovering new thing after new thing, and I just did actually an online order that was not just delivered from the store but shipped to me, because not all these things were being carried in my Walmart store, but they're new and they're exciting. And I am a little bit bummed because there were a couple of parts of this haul that did not come in yet. They were supposed to come in yesterday, but they didn't. I had a double-ended Physicians Formula like blush, cream blush bronzer stick, another blushy product, and a couple of lip products that I'm still waiting on. But still, I have things that I'm just like, it can't wait. I'm really excited to use them today. I've been plotting this for a little while. I've been looking forward to this, so we're doing this. We got a new foundation. We've got a new stick, like multi-purpose product. And the first thing I'm going to start with is this from Rimmel. Rimmel is jumping on that train of like glowy primer, Charlotte Tilbury, Hollywood Flawless Filter, I think, inspired products. This one's called Multitasker Better Than Filters. Primer, highlighter, glow booster. We've heard that whole description before many times over. I got the shade 003 Light. This actually seemed like it came in quite a few different tones. So yeah, we're just gonna try this out. I've got all my skincare on. Thank you, by the way, for the kind, loving support on the skincare video. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's not me saying, hey, I'm an expert, everybody use my skincare routine, but it's just explaining the stuff that's worked for me. And I do feel like anybody's take is valuable when it's something you've used for quite a long time, a period of months, if not years. I want to hear about what's worked for a person in that span of time. So that's me sharing that, and thank you to those of you who asked for it. So got that like kind of swiped around, and we'll just blend it in and sort of assess, are we getting a lot of glow? Are we getting a lot of coverage? I'm seeing a lot of glow right off the bat right over here. I'm also blending in one hair. Hi, Chihuahua. I was having so much trouble with this contact today. I swear I stood there for 5 minutes messing with it. I probably put it in backwards at least twice. Biscuits is sitting there watching me like, girl, are you gonna make it today? All right, this is, I would say, on the highly glowy end. This feels glowier to me than e.l.f.'s, which I found e.l.f.'s to be kind of on the higher end of the glow spectrum. Am I seeing some coverage with this? A little bit, but coverage really is not the main goal of this product. They have like a skin tone infused in it to help it really become one with the skin when you blend it all over like this. And heck, I have seen people use these glowy products as their base. Add in some concealer and maybe that's what you want to do. But the glow on this is so substantial, I might even consider like popping it totally on top of my entire look, you know? It's that level for me, but I wanted to show you guys that. I really wanted to test it out. I love Rimmel. I want to support Rimmel. Now we got a couple of new coverage things. They're both from Maybelline. One is this new Super Stay. We love Super Stay, but this is the Lumi Matte foundation. It says up to 30-hour wear. I got shade 129. Packaging is all cute. I mean, look at that. Exciting. And then I got this thing called Lifter Sticks, which seems like it could be a cream stick foundation. I screenshotted the info. I got shade 20 in this. Maybelline's multi-use face stick for a naturally sculpted look. So these sticks can cover, contour, and highlight. Just swipe, blend, and get sculpted. Formulated with cranberry seed oil for a smooth glide, non-drying, non-cakey wear. Used to highlight, contour, cover, and conceal. I feel like it could be stick foundation. I got an all-in-all skin tone match for me. I didn't really go lighter. I didn't go like a contour for this. Texture of it, it doesn't maybe have quite the immediate feel of creamy blendability that the Fit Me foundation stick from Maybelline has. So it's kind of an either or, what are we gonna do with this stuff today? That's such a short amount of product. See where it ends? Right there. That's where the product ends. I'm interested, but I think this is gonna be our primary foundation product today. And keep in mind, we have a glowy base. This is one time trying this, and there will be many more times trying it. But I like how the cap is like softly lilac. How cute. Lumi Matte. What is Lumi Matte? I'm getting myself a full pump. It certainly seems immediately thinner, and I would like tip it up and show you, but it's gonna run off my finger. Thinner than original Super Stay. Like just swiping it on my skin, I can tell this stuff is thin. It's light. Okay, I'm gonna use that same brush that I was using, TikTok Shop brush set. Immediate reaction. It's kind of making me think of like their Superstay skin tint a little bit. I really need to see this without this glowy primer underneath to get a full gauge of like just how loomy is this stuff. But the coverage is certainly pretty. Like I feel like that full pump really is making me feel well covered. We're talking strong, medium to full at my initial reaction here. Thin, light. I'm sure some of the glow I'm seeing from underneath is coming from that primer, but I kind of get the loomy matte thing because the surface of my skin is not like super shiny. It reminds me so very much of the finish of L'Oreal Lumi Hyaluronic Skin Tint. Almost exactly the same look on my skin, I feel like. But it has a really thin consistency. Is it even thinner than the Superstay Skin Tint 24 Hour? I'm not sure. They're pretty close to one another. But it'll be interesting to see how this wears on me today. I think it's looking fantastic at this time. And we always say many things look good freshly applied. It's a matter of how does it wear all day long. So we shall see, but I'm excited to be trying that new product out. What I might do here with this lifter stick, I mean, this is going to be something I kind of intend to roll with it like it's a foundation going forward because it's not as brightening as I'd want a concealer to be, but I put a few little swipes of it there, center of the face, just like going around my nose and stuff. A little bit right in here. I don't think I'll be able to wear enough of this today to gauge really what I think. Blended in fine there around my nose. But yeah, lifter sticks. Have you tried one? What capacity are you using those in? I'm going in with Revlon Color Stay Flex Wear Concealer. Just so you can see kind of how this all shakes out. So this, not brand new, on the newer end for Revlon, but was definitely an Emily Award winner this past season. And I'm just gonna take my double-ended brush. What am I gonna do when that TikTok ban goes in place, and then do I still keep calling this the TikTok shop brush set? I gotta figure out another place that it's available maybe? I don't know. Whatever the case, it's a phenomenal double-ended angled brush that I like using around my eye area. I feel for the creators who are primarily on TikTok and maybe now thinking, how do I make it go on other platforms? Because the tough thing is, like, if you want to do shorts here on YouTube and have them qualify as a short that's just going to show up in people's stream of scrolling that way, not like a commitment video like mine tend to be where you're going to watch it for a while and click it and it's not going to come up amid the shorts. If you want it to come up as a short, it's got to be a minute or less. And then also on Instagram, it's 1.5 minutes for a reel. And a lot of people, I think, have gotten accustomed to doing some longer videos on TikTok because some of those can go up to, I know when I make them, there's an option to select 10 minutes. I mean, a lot of the people I like to watch on there are certainly regularly going beyond a minute with their content. So maybe just plain old YouTube is the logical choice for them to be part of. So there's some concealer blended in with this foundation look. I'm just really impressed with how flawless that foundation looks for as thin as it felt. Like I said, if I tipped my finger, it was gonna just like drip off my hand. I'm gonna finish off this complexion, but my other new stuff, I have a new eyeshadow palette and new mascara as well. So we'll get to that, but I just feel like it's nice to see the whole complexion come together and kind of see when that person shows up again on camera, like, what did the concealer do? What did the powder do? So I'm putting Maybelline Fit Me on my T-zone and my under eye. I've got a generous amount there that I will dust away the excess from. But yes, also regarding TikTok, I'm totally following the whole Spencer Pratt, Heidi Montag, Spencer just hustling like crazy. If you know those names, then you're probably like my age and remembered watching The Hills and Laguna Beach and all that stuff. You're probably aware of the massive comeback they're making and how he has like captured people through his raw, candid way of being, like making no bones about it, needing money, needing to get her out there, got her song topping the iTunes charts. It's fascinating. It really is. Is she still #1 on iTunes? She is. Okay, so I've blended that in on the under eye, and as far as the other areas that have not been set on my face, they don't feel really sticky. I mean, the stuff that basically only has this, it feels pretty smooth. I feel like I should gently set, just because I got kind of a long day ahead of me. I'll pair Superstay Hybrid Powder Foundation in there, just a little bit, and kind of buff that on my other areas. We know this works really well for staying power, but it only takes a little bit of product. So guys, I don't have anything brand new for blush and bronzer, but I'm just gonna keep doing the look like a full face. I mean, there's newness coming and not everything has to be brand new in every video. But this is Physicians Formula Butter Glow Bronzing Serum. I just haven't used this stuff in a while. I like this though. It's something you could kind of like use it on its own all over your skin, but I have found that it works very well. Like literally just putting it on like this and blending it out like liquid bronzer with a Sephora 56 brush. I was recently asked in the comments what's a lower cost alternative to the Sephora 56, and I think the shape and size is pretty similar to the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. That one might be just a little bit chubbier than this, but I think overall similar shape and size. But can you get over how easy that blends? You know, it's a liquid. It looks really pretty on the surface of the skin. How did I get away from this? I also did a pretty big declutter, not shot on camera, but I was just up here the other day weeding out from my drawers. Things are feeling much more manageable. Probably should have done a video, but I'm just not as efficient that way. Like if I really need to get something done, it's like, okay, we just need to get down to business. Need a little more on this cheek. It does not get easier to blend than that. That's crazy good. Hello, subtle bronze glow. And it's not sticky tacky. You know I can't deal with that. I just don't like that. And then the blush I pulled out, I thought let's do some Confident Pink from L'Oreal Infallible. Just dip in gently, get some. It is so pretty. It's not the only pigmented blush in the game from the drugstore, as I have said. e.l.f. primer infused. Rimmel Maxi blush, but this particular shade is just very special. The warm, bright pink. I like it. Guys, we're in a melting phase here right now. Yesterday, the weather was up in the 40s. Parking lots, slushy, yuck. It's like, say what you want about the ice, but it's a lot cleaner. You might fall down, but it's not as sloppy. I'm gonna do highlighter too. Everybody welcome in Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter. This is Daybreak Glimmer. It's one of those kind of like baked formulas. You see the ripple. Really nice little gleam. I love that stuff so much. Like you can put that on and get up to me super close and not see particles of shimmer. Yet the glow is so good. Love that. Man, thing about the nano pencil, she's wily. She'll hide in your drawer. It's a pink sweatshirt and pink brow products. This is the nano pencil from CoverGirl, which is in dark brown. It's the skinniest little thing in the drugstore. And I just can do my brows really quick with this because it pinpoints exactly where the fill-in needs to happen. I appreciate it and I respect it. What a low effort brow that was, but yet I am filled in. What just happened? I got like way not where I wanted to be there for a second. I was like just starting to build a new, I don't know, a new neighborhood of brow. No. I really do feel like, generally speaking, outside of, you know, got some Dollar Tree stuff recently and, you know, these are some new drugstore things, but I've really been trying to lessen the makeup purchases. And like, I want to stay on top of new drugstore stuff. Like that's a big part of what my channel is. But at the same time, starting this past fall and just going forward, I've just taken on a little bit choosier mentality with it. Not every single thing has to be gotten and tried and talked about. And sometimes, like, there have been times over the life of my channel where there's been something like I really was honestly not that personally drawn to, but either I just had a lot of questions about it or I saw a lot about it and I wanted to do something too. And I'm really just trying to be more driven by what I genuinely want to try and do, and doing more things that cause me to look inward at the collection that I have, at the stuff I have, using that. That's kind of a goal. So anyways, there's the brow. This is the gel wax that's also part of the same line. That little cloudy kind of volumizing wax and gel combined. If you get a ton of it in your brows, they can look a little cloudy, but keep it sort of light and you will get really great hold with this. I kind of dab over. Sometimes, like, my brows are just so dang dark that I gotta get over it with the spoolie to just make sure I don't have too much stuff clumping in there. But I feel like everything I'm talking about today that I got new, I was super interested in it had to try it kind of things. Like, you know, Rimmel puts out a new thing. Yes, Rimmel, I'm here for you. The new Maybelline coverage products, definitely wanted to test these guys out. I hadn't seen them in store. So like I said, this was a Walmart online order and it's coming in many different pieces. And now we're gonna be moving on to the eyes. I was noticing that Profusion has some new palettes. It looks like they're repackaging some existing palettes to be like this. A little bit more user-friendly shape and size, don't you think? For example, this is Nude Bliss. I was just using this the other day. I was trying to just rediscover what I had, you know. It's, is it the same amount in each palette? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So 7, 14, 21. 7 times 3 is 21, right? So it's a 21 shade palette, and this is the way it used to be. And this is the way it now is. So look at the smaller footprint. Nude Bliss is one that has been made into this size. But I hadn't ever seen Twilight Hour before, and it just screamed winter to me. So I wanted to get that. I have not seen these looking this way in my store yet, but again, it was an online find. I was digging. If you haven't heard me talk about Profusion before, or you're just kind of wondering, what the heck is that? It's a brand carried in Walmart. It's a brand that used to be just making like holiday palettes and kind of no-name products that you'd find in a Walgreens, let's say. But they've really transformed into a great quality brand for these powder textures, doing nice blush palettes, eyeshadow palettes, phenomenal brushes that I use every day. So this one is Twilight Hour. It looks so pretty. There's a lot of richness in here. Rich blues, the plums, kind of seeing this half of the palette as more softly neutral. But we do have some kind of dazzling shimmers. Just a lot of depth in this guy, and I was excited to try it out. I'm gonna put on Milani eyeshadow primer first. I feel like the camera's having trouble focusing today. And I gotta say, one thing that not trying all the new stuff will do for your channel is make you need to be more creative with ideas. If you're not just being driven by every new thing that's coming out, then you're sitting down and you're really thinking, what do I want to do a video on? I'm not just being steered by that new thing, that new thing. There may be some really interesting PR that comes in at some point, and I'm like, oh yeah, that jives with me, and that's good. I should do it if I feel compelled to do it. But otherwise, you're looking inward to older things, and you're just digging into your own little creative process a bit more. And on top of it all, I am saving money, which is a nice added bonus. All right, so Twilight Hour, where to begin? I don't really want to do a super loud look today, but I can see this being used for many looks to come. I mean, 21 shades, that's a lot. I'm going into Daybreak right here. Just a real classic matte taupe. There will be a lot that this palette can be used for going forward. But I do appreciate this more compact shape and size. I'm wondering, I need to look into how the pan size has actually changed, like amount of product, but this is certainly more handy to hold on to even. And if you were gonna take it somewhere, travel with it, like just much more compact. I'm gonna go knit to the next shade called Meadow. A little deeper, a little more brownish. But I've really been struggling to find new eyeshadow palettes that truly excite outside of like the Sephora collection one. That one was a rock star. Continues to be. I love picking it up and just doing a different look with it. See what we've done there? We've gotten that all blended out, those couple of shades. I'm interested in this color called Dawn right here, adding some of that to my mix. Look at that. I really laid down a lot of that. And I feel like I want to just blend out the edge with something bare because there's a lot of product, but it went on pretty smooth and even. This is just a Profusion. They call this the Pointed Crease Eyeshadow ES3, but it's more rounded right in here than my crease brush is. So I just call this my blending brush. Yes, I renamed the brushes for what they mean to me. I want to go plum today, so I'm seeing this shade right here and thinking, boom, it's you. It's the one called Dusk. It's matte. Picking some up, and my hope with this is that it's just as rich on the eyes as it appears here. I don't want it to be one of those plummy shades that ends up looking fuchsia. That might seem crazy, but there are some times where the plum doesn't deliver. Here, yes, it is delivering in a full, what you see is what you get type of way. Oh, that's so nice. Giving drama, but being really what I expected to see. Not so dark that it's black, but not so bright that it's really loud. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be fun to bring in a little bit smaller brush and see that blend into the crease shades that were first put in. Profusion's small pointed brush now is just coming in. She's got nothing on, helping that shade kind of buff into my crease. I like that. I got kind of a space that where product didn't get laid down with my flat brush very well. Just looking at this, there's so many shades that I do want to see in action. This one called Violet Hour. In case you're wondering about what some of these shimmers actually feel like, good Lord, they're soft. I barely touched them. Look at that. That's Violet Hour, that is Eclipse, and that is Solstice. Violet Hour, Eclipse, and Solstice. Just swatched. Wow, cool. I'm also really drawn into this shade called Blood Moon right here. Take a little of that and see what happens to the look if we add it in our outer corner. Just kind of made it a little more berry adding that. We're blending. I'm just using the crease brush. This look is really coming up high, like up toward my brow. I like it. Something for the lid. I'm not aiming to make this too crazy dark today. You could go with one of the lighter mattes inward, but I'm kind of wanting to see some of this too. This is a shimmer, just as smooth as the others. Very metallic, light pink. I'm wearing some light pink today. It seems like it's not picking up well on the brush. Okay, but it did. I'm patting it on and it really wants to like stick to one spot. So I've gone back a couple times to like add in more, but it's very brilliant looking and showing up as that true light pink. So like I put it on and I kind of start swiping and it just wants to stay there. So then you got to go back for more to get the next spot. You know what I'm saying? I am not seeing any fallout emerging onto my cheek, which is great news. The other day I was using the e.l.f., I think it's called Rose Water, the little quad. I've always had a little bit of a problem with that. The crease shade and the dark shade are worlds away, and I couldn't believe the amount of fallout I actually had on my cheek for it. The look ended up blended enough because I spent a lot of time blending it, but they could have done better with some of those. Okay, I feel like I'm pretty well packed on there. Got my little berry purpley look going. I sort of want to get something on the lower lash line too. I would say a little bit more of dusk. Just straight on the tip of the brush and just on the outside, you know. The makeup look for Belle's cheer team has changed this year. Like, they used to have this purple liquid lipstick that did match the uniform. Like, the uniform was very purple, intense. You know, everybody looked uniform and you could really see those smiles from a distance, you know, mission accomplished. But this year the uniforms are a little different. They're very dark. There's maybe some navy kind of accents in them. And so they're going less on the eyeshadow, a false lash, and there'll be some kind of reddish lipstick that everyone's supposed to wear this season. I'm excited anytime the topic of makeup comes up. So I have just gone smudgy on the lower lash line. Anytime I do that, you know, I'm going to grab for some little powder that can be worn straight up underneath it. Kosas Cloud Set is always handy. I touch up with Kosas Cloud Set a lot. It never looks heavy, but like it can handle shine. It can just make things look all even once again. But I like it right up under eyeshadow, or really any powder. You could use Rimmel Stay Matte, whatever's handy. Straight up under the eyeshadow, and it kind of keeps it fenced in. I'm not gonna do eyeliner. We have a new mascara. It's the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal. This actually came in PR and I used it yesterday. And I liked my end look, but it took a lot of building, I thought, actually. Like, it felt really defining, and like if you want to go from defining to really volumized, you're going to be coating it up. Now, it is a really new mascara to me, so packaging is cute, really metallic. Let me know if you've tried this. What's your take? It's rubber bristles. And then it's longer bristles out toward this side, getting shorter, going forward. If you look at it head on, it's almost like a star or something with the different lines of bristles going out. But you put it on and you really can tell it's a defining mascara. It is not sticking my lashes together right now. It's kind of making each and every one stand out, but it's not depositing a lot of thickness on them. You know what I mean? So I go back and I add more. And then I'm like, okay, I'm seeing a little more length. One thing that's important to do as you're using mascara, and I don't always talk about it, but you need to rotate it in your hand as you're putting it on. Like, otherwise you're just always working off the same part of your brush. I do it, but I don't say I do it. And sometimes, honestly, I probably forget to do it. But you just gotta move that wand so you're taking advantage of the various sides of the brush. After like dipping into my tube for a third time there. Nice length, looking thicker, looking like more of a thing, right? I'm gonna let that rest a minute and go over to this other eye. The brush does feel really easy to control. Like I'm not at risk of bumping myself on the eyelid too much, but I can still get in there to the lashes. That is important. Things have gone semi-dry over here. Just seeing how another coat reacts. I feel just like I did yesterday, like I'm getting to the point where I'm really getting satisfied over here, but man, it took some layering. The lashes are taking that layering. I'm not getting funky ends. I'm not getting to the point where like mascara is getting out to the tip of my lash and then like taking a left turn, taking a right turn. It's capable of building. It's just gonna make you do that for a while. I'm at like, I don't know, 2.5 coats or something over here on this eye. Still building to get it looking like the other side. So I'll finish up and be back. We're all coated up there. I made as much of it as I could, and I do think it looks good. It's lengthening. It's still not an ultra thickening mascara, but it's pretty good. Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water on the lower lashes, and I put a little bit of brightening liner on the lower inner rim. It's from Makeup Forever, this Boundless Bisque pencil. Really nice. Just needed to wake up the look a little. And now, as this is getting fully dry, I can blink down onto my finger and really support that curl a bit more. Here's a little combo I'm liking lately. It's the Lifter Liner in the shade Big Lift. So that's a pretty new product as far as lip liners go. And then my Rimmel Stay Glossy in Date Night. So I'm gonna layer up those two. I've said before, I've liked the lifter liners, the way they go on really smooth and soft. I feel like there's kind of a quick wear down on the lower lip especially. I end up with a rim sort of when I wear this sometimes because the overall staying power just isn't as good as like a Revlon Color Stay or the Instapout from Hard Candy. It's not quite as intense as those are. So it's like it doesn't completely disappear from my lips, but the main surface area of my lips, it's kind of quick to fade. So it's giving me this mauve-y look. And then the Stay Glossy in Date Night, also looking like kind of a soft, dusty pink, and it does have a satiny, very extremely fine shimmer in it. Like it's almost hard to identify the flecks. But I always think it's pretty on top if I'm wanting like pink but not too pink. See, it's just dusty rose. I mean, they can make a zillion different gloss formulas, but ultimately shine on the lips is shine, right? I'm digging the look. I'm really pleased with the coverage on my skin. This is gonna require some more testing. I really wanna see it without any kind of shimmer primer underneath, just to see full on how much glow this is giving. But this has so much coverage. I don't even know that it was letting a ton of this glow come through. Like a little bit, but not fully. Oh, that's Walmart letting me know those other things that were supposed to be in this video are gonna be coming today. Hey, we could do a part 2, it's fine. We could maybe focus in on this lifter stick more in a future video, like wearing that more for coverage over broader parts of the skin. It fascinates me. The eyeshadow palette from Profusion, I'm really excited to just lean into this in these winter months and do some navy looks, pull in some of those more intense shimmers, just get dark with it, you know? Fully plan to do that. This video, I hope you're taking it as such that it's just a matter of trying some things out. It's not the final say on everything. I have to try a foundation quite a bit to get a good handle on it, and that palette has so many more options. This mascara, I feel like I've got a pretty good read on the fact that it takes quite a few coats for me to get to the point of satisfaction with it. But I do like that as the lashes have lengthened out, they don't look funky on the ends. It needed to build and it was able to build. So anyway, thank you, my friends. I hope you have a good weekend and I will see you back here again very soon. I love you. Bye.